What's up, guys? Board is in hand, and that means it is time for another edition of Tuesday Night Trivia with Wrestling Jeopardy. I'm not sure if I want to keep going with this. That's kind of a joke. I really want to keep going with this, but I did so bad last time on the ECW special that I almost was like, I don't even know if I should post this. It was embarrassing. So I really need to turn it around. I got 12 wrong last time. It was crazy. I still kind of can't believe it, even though that was a couple weeks ago that I recorded that, so I don't know. I'm still looking for redemption and still seeking a perfect score, most definitely, after that last time. But I'll be keeping track of my score right here, so feel free to play along and play against me at home. Hopefully you enjoy this kind of content. If you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. So let's go ahead and check it out. I don't think this is a special episode of any kind, not that I'm aware of. At least there's no indicators going into it, so we'll find out. Wrestling Jeopardy, let's do it.
Hello and welcome once again to Wrestling Jeopardy, the only interactive pro wrestling trivia challenge on YouTube where you're the contestant.
And
I'm
I
your
get
host,
totally embarrassed.
Kevin J. Callis.
Yeah.
And I hope you're ready to test your
Peak
knowledge
angle.
and go for the gold in this episode.
Oh, is this like Olympics? Is that what we're doing?
And with that, let's go to the board now and check out the categories you'll be quizzed on, starting with
Okay, yep.
former Olympians, followed by Vive La France.
Vive la Resistance.
Next up is Ooh La La. And then we have fake accents.
That doesn't give an idea of
And
what
last but
that was
certainly
about.
not least, who is Andre the Giant?
Who?
Is that an answer to a question?
No, I was just wondering who is Andre the Giant.
But let's kick things off with the 200-point round.
The penis
the
mightier,
easiest
Alex.
round in Wrestling Jeopardy. And I
All
hope
right,
you
let's go.
5 for 5 and don't choke.
I choked last time.
Hey, how about
First
getting
time
your
I
foot
ever
off my shoulder?
got one wrong in the 200-point round.
Kicking things off with
So let's
former
avoid that this
Olympians
time,
for 200.
hopefully.
Nobody has ever made their Olympic success into
Come
more
on
of a
now.
gimmick than this wrestler
Just
who
showed
won
him.
a gold medal in 1996 with a
Broken freaking
neck.
neck. Who is Kirk Angel, as Jericho would say? Who's Kurt Angle?
And the correct answer, who is Kurt Angle?
Just showed
One
him.
of these? I didn't think so.
No,
We're on
sir,
to
I do
Vive
not.
La France for 200. This fabulous French language commentator for WWE is the brother of the Mountie, Jacques Rougeau.
He was also his tag team partner, who is Raymond Rougeau.
Now, technically, the
He's
French
been with
commentary
them
team got eliminated a couple
forever.
of years ago, but during the 90s and after
was
that for
with
a
them
while,
forever.
Raymond Rougeau was a fabulous French play-by-play commentator. Moving on to Ooh La La for 200.
Yeah, what is this about?
arrogant French-Canadian faction consisted of Rene Dupree, Sylvain Grenier,
I was just
and
talking
American
about it.
turncoat Rob Conway.
Vive la Resistance! Who is La Resistance?
And that would be who is La
Rob Conway in that.
Resistance. Get it? Ooh la la, La
Before the
Resistance.
weird
Come on,
entrance
work
music.
with me, people.
I speak a little French. You're an ass bite.
Just
Pardon my French.
look at me, ain't
And that
I a
brings us to
sight
fake
to
accents
see?
for 2. This wrestler's Cuban accent was based on actor Al Pacino's character Tony Montana from the 1983 movie Scarface.
Well, I'm not wearing a shirt, but I'm wearing his buddy's shirt. Who is Razor Ramon?
The
I
correct
rolled
answer,
my
who
R's
is Razor Ramon.
terribly there.
I am somebody important, Chico.
And let's finish
Know what
up the
I'm saying,
200-point
man?
round with who was Andre the Giant. As part of a storyline, Andre the Giant was suspended from WWF in April of 1986,
86.
allowing him the time off needed to film this movie.
I believe that was The Princess Bride. Pretty sure.
And that would be the one and only What is the
classic.
Princess Bride?
Beat it, or I'll call the Brute Squad.
I'm on the Brute Squad.
That
You
was
are the
definitely
Brute
something
Squad.
I
All right, moving on to
loved
the
as a
400-point
kid
round
was
now. Hopefully
that
you went
movie
5
because
for 5
Andre
there
was
and
in
didn't
it.
choke, like I said.
Andre so enjoyed flatulence.
Nice.
Let's go back
Nice.
to former Olympians. This super heavyweight was voted captain of the United States weightlifting team in 1996. However, a back injury forced him to drop out of the competition and finish a disappointing 14th place.
Who is Mark Henry? I think it's Mark Henry.
Debuting in the WWF
thank
just
you.
2 weeks after the Summer Games closing ceremonies. The correct answer, who is Mark Henry?
Yep.
And that brings us to Vive La France for 4. Despite uncanny physical similarities, DreamWorks Studio has never officially addressed the rumor that this animated ogre character was based on the appearance of Maurice Tillet, aka the French Angel.
Who is Shrek?
And the correct answer, who is
Holy
Shrek?
cow, he does look just
like you.
He does look just like him.
Really? No.
And we're on to Ooh La La for 400. The torrid love affair between Vicky Guerrero and Edge saw the creation of this stable.
What is La Familia?
Consisting of Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Chavo Guerrero, Edge, Vicky, and Bam Neely. The correct
Bam
answer,
Neely,
who is
wow.
La Familia.
There's a name
And let's
from the
move on now to
past
fake
that's
accents
totally
for
forgotten
4.
by me.
Despite having a French surname in real life, this wrestler's strained, aristocratic accent in WCW stunk worse than Pepe Le Pew.
Who is Jean-Paul Levesque?
The correct answer, who is Jean-Paul Levesque, aka The Game, Triple H?
I have had every woman I have ever wanted, but the one thing
that is
that
pretty
I have
bad
never had is a championship.
A championship.
And let's finish up the 400-point round.
I was trying to remember if
Is
Bobby
Andre the
Eaton
Giant.
tried that
For
at one
Andre,
point.
this tag team was a lifeline, allowing him to continue his wrestling career despite health issues.
I know this one too.
While Haku carried the bulk of the in-ring action.
What is the Colossal Connection?
And that would be
Give me the points.
Colossal Connection.
Give me the points.
Big man, big fart.
All right, 10 questions down.
Why are they going to
15
keep talking
go,
about Andre's
plus
bum?
Final Jeopardy and the Daily Double.
All right, we're 10 for 10.
If you're having a good
Nothing
time,
wrong
make sure
yet.
you hit that subscribe button.
Keyword
and
yet.
Also, the ringy-dingy notification icon bell so you get notified
far
whenever
cry
we come out
from
with
the
a brand new
ECW episode
of Wrestling Jeopardy.
Je ne sais quoi, baby.
Heading back over to former Olympians.
I don't know why French
600.
accent just
This
cracks me up.
second ever WWF Intercontinental Champion was so strong that he represented the United States in weightlifting at the 1972 Olympics in Munich.
Second ever. Who is Ken Patera?
Even though Ken Patera didn't earn a
buzzer
medal,
beater.
his military press was the third most out of 13 competitors who competed in the 110
I remember him
kilogram
as a blonde. I
category.
didn't really
And that brings
recognize
us to
him
Vive La
without the
France.
bleached hair.
For 6, this self-proclaimed #1 Frenchman with the shiny sequined glove spent much of the rock and wrestling era of the 1980s as a non-stop jobbing machine.
#1 Frenchman.
And a fun little fact, he also wrestled in the first ever WWF match televised on the USA Network against Tito Santana.
I can't think of his
the
name.
correct answer we're talking about here
Damn, man, Rene
was
Goulet.
Rene
That's not-
Goulet.
That's not who I was thinking it was.
Ooh La La for 600.
I was
Due to
thinking
his
it was
propensity
Dino
for bashing
Bravo's
his opponents
manager.
with a steel chair. This luchador earned the
this
well-deserved
one.
nickname, the Chairman of WCW.
His little dance always cracked me up. Who is La Parka? Who?
And the correct answer, who is La Parka?
Playing the chair like a guitar.
And that brings us to fake
Damn, Rene
accents
Goulet
for
got me.
600.
All right, I have 4,200,
All right,
so we'll be
the
risking
Daily Double
all of
is
it,
here.
which was
Fake
usually
accents
what I do.
is the category. Think about how many good, bad, and ugly accents there have been throughout the years in wrestling.
Quite a few.
And place your wager now. All right, time is up. Let's go to the Daily Double clue.
I don't
in
feel
fake
great about it,
accents.
but let's see.
Tom Brandy was tapped to play this Italian
I know it.
character
Never mind.
who tried his best to win over the fans
That was an easy
by
one.
saying, "I like it to tell all you beautiful people that I love you. And I mean that from
love
the bottom
you."
of my heart, sincerely."
Who is Salvatore Sincere? It didn't last for very long. I remember it being very short.
Mamma mia, who could forget about
And then he
this
just used his
correct
regular
answer?
name and kept
Who
wrestling in
is
like the same
Salvatore
gear for a bit.
Sincere?
We like to tell all of the beautiful people, Salvatore loves you all.
It looks kind of like Tony
And let's
D'Angelo
finish
there
up
a
the
little
600
bit.
point round with who is
All right,
Andre
we're up
the
to
Giant.
8,400.
The reason why Andre was a giant was due to a rare condition called acromegaly, a disorder caused by a tumor resting on this gland, leading to excess production of growth hormone.
Oh man, what's the name of that? What is the pituitary?
And that would be, what is the pituitary
Lucky
gland?
guess.
All right, jumping back to former Olympians for 800. This wrestler's bronze medal in heavyweight judo at the 1976 Summer Games made him the first African American to win a solo Olympic Games medal in a sport other than boxing or track and field.
I'm just guessing. Who is Bad News Brown?
And that would be who
I was gonna say, I feel
was
like
Bad News
he was
Brown.
really good at judo. I
Let me
kind
give you
of
spineless cockroaches
remember
and you
seeing
big-bellied
that, or
sharecroppers
like
a little lesson in
reading
history.
about it.
We're on to Vive La France for 8. Known as the Flying Frenchman, this wrestler was a decorated champion who helped revolutionize
idea.
pro wrestling with his acrobatic high-flying style.
I have not a clue. I'll know the name probably once he says it, but we'll mark that down as 2
The
wrong.
correct answer, who was
Edouard Carpentier.
Edouard Carpentier.
I didn't know he was a
Ooh La
high
La
flyer.
For 800. During her time spent wrestling in Mexico, Taya Valkyrie was given this nickname by the late Pero Aguayo Jr., which translates to mean crazy white girl or crazy blonde.
I'm not sure. I have no
still
idea.
can't get over how she bombed in NXT as Frankie Monet, but the correct answer here.
Oh, that's
who is
right.
La Güera
I've seen
Loca?
that too.
Bringing us back to fake
Damn, dude.
accents for 800.
We're
In
up to 3 wrong.
2021, Apollo Crews debuted as a new character where he declared himself Nigerian royalty, began to speak with a fake accent, and defeated Big E at WrestleMania 37 in this special stipulation match.
I'm not sure. What is a flag match?
Who could forget about the
Nigerian
famous
drum fight.
Nigerian drum match?
I totally forgot about it.
And let's finish up the 800-point rounds with who is Andre the Giant. Andre began his career wrestling under the ring name Giant Frere. I probably botched that, but soon became known as this when he joined the International Wrestling Enterprise in Japan.
I'm gonna know it once he says it.
Now, in real life, Andre's name was Andrei Rusumov, so he just took his last
Monster
name and he got a
Rusumov,
new
yeah.
moniker for his first name.
That's
he was
right.
called Monster
I think they said that in the
Rusumov.
HBO doc.
We've reached the most difficult round in Wrestling Jeopardy, the 1,000-point
All
round.
right,
The steel
5
cage
wrong.
begins to lower.
We're at
The ominous music
9,800.
begins
That's
to
the
play.
total.
You know what the drill is. Get your thinking
Hopefully
caps
you're
on.
kinda keeping
Let's
up with
go.
me,
5 more
if not ahead of
questions
me.
here. Kicking it off with former Olympians. Although he didn't win any medals at the 2004 Summer Olympics, Jeff Cobb still had the honor of being the flag bearer for this Pacific Island country during the opening ceremony.
What is American Samoa? I'm really not sure.
Known for his work in New Japan, AEW, and Lucha Underground, Mr. Athletic had the
Guam.
honor of
Yeah, I
being
didn't
the
know
flag
that.
bearer for his home country of Guam.
I did not know
And that
that.
brings us to the final clue
Interesting tidbit.
from Vive La France, paying homage to their French heritage and a 1970s tag team of the same name. The duo
Oh,
of Marcus
shoot.
Louis and Sylvester Lefort dubbed themselves this while wrestling in NXT.
I remember them, but I do not remember the name.
A fitting tribute to the French Foreign Legion and the team of Sergeant Jacques Goulet and Private Don Fargo. These Frenchmen
The
were
Legionnaires.
called the Legionnaires.
Yeah, I did not remember that at all.
Moving on to
I remember them
Ooh La La
teaming
for
and
1000. In November 2023, Rush confirmed via social media that Andrade El Idolo was no longer a member of this faction in AEW.
this last round is killing me. I don't know.
Sending out a tweet on X, El Toro Blanco confirmed that himself, Dralistico, Preston Vance, and Jose the
La
Assistant
Facción
were the only
Ingobernable.
members of La Faction
Ingobernable.
Ingobernable.
Gobernable.
And
That
the
sounds even
final
funnier.
Fake accent. Introduced to the WWE Universe as Rusev's social ambassador, Lana's Russian accent was so ravishing
what happened there.
because she spent a large chunk of her childhood living in this Eastern European country.
What is Belarus?
Originally from Florida, Lana fooled a lot of people into
I'm pretty
thinking
sure I'm
she
wrong.
was Russian because her accent was so believable, having spent her childhood being raised in Latvia.
Latvia, that's
And let's
it.
close out the regular
Oh
Wrestling
man, I'm
Jeopardy
catching up to
round
nearly as
with
many
who is
wrong
Andre
as
the
last time.
Giant
Very
for
quickly
1,000.
here.
Contrary to popular belief, Hulk Hogan was not the first wrestler to ever slam Andre. This Japanese wrestler did in a best 2 out of 3 falls match.
Who is Inoki?
Now, in the pre-internet age, only the most invested fan would have known that
I'll
before
say Inoki,
WrestleMania
but
3,
I
Andre
think it
had
might
been
be
body
Ricky
slammed
Dozan.
more than 13 times, with the first known wrestler to
Oh,
accomplish
yeah.
this feat
Either way,
being
I was wrong.
Strong Kobayashi.
Damn, dude.
All right,
Finishing
don't go
off
anywhere.
with 10
it's
wrong.
Final Jeopardy time. Let's find out what this episode's Final Jeopardy category is. Napoleon complexes. Some wrestlers have been known to compensate for their below-average height by turning themselves into bullies to boost their low self-esteem. In essence,
all right,
short man
well, we got
syndrome
10
is
wrong.
real and has its
My
own
marker's
history
dying.
in professional wrestling.
9,800 is what I
All right,
have.
so think about what Napoleon complexes you think exist or existed in pro wrestling and place your wager and now.
So I'm just going to wager everything because my ultimate goal is perfect score.
All right, time is up. Let's go
and
to the
I'm
Final
definitely not
Jeopardy
getting
clue.
that.
In his 2012 documentary titled I Walk Alone, Batista recalls his tryout with WCW, stating
think I
that
know
this
it.
half-pint trainer had a real bad Napoleon complex and told Dave he'd never become a wrestler. Good luck.
I'll let that go slightly in case anyone else is trying to come up with the answer. I'm pretty sure I know it. Who is Sarge? Buddy Lee
In his
Parker.
2012 documentary titled I Walk Alone, Batista recalls his
I'm
tryout
pretty sure
with
it was Buddy Lee
WCW,
Parker.
stating that this
Sarge.
half-pint trainer had a real bad Napoleon complex
gotta be.
and told Dave he'd never become a wrestler. Now, before the WWE Performance Center,
Just give me the answer.
WCW Power Plant was the place for up-and-comers to learn the sport of pro wrestling. And it was there where Batista spent a day doing push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and being screamed at by lead trainer
Sarge.
Dwayne Bruce, who was also known as Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker of the State Patrol,
Boom.
or
I'll
Sarge
take it.
for short. No pun intended.
I will take it. All right. Well, we failed miserably again at perfect score. Ended up getting 10 wrong on that. That last 1,000-point category really, really hurt me bad. But 19, my marker's dying. 19,600 is what we finish after the Final Jeopardy there. Let me know how you did in the comments down below. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Obviously, I'm going to keep going with these. One of these days, Alice, one of these days, I will get a perfect score. It will happen eventually, I hope. Let's find out. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's all I got for you on this one. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night.